Hey y'all, welcome back to my vlog. This is Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger channel. I'm Mo, and y'all gonna hang out with me today. We're not gonna do anything super adventurous, but what we are doing is having a full day. So what's on the agenda is tutoring, V.A.S.T Community Book Club, and exercise. And if there's anything else, we'll get there. Right now, it's our morning coffee. We need that. So let's get that done. All right, not the best angle, but you know, we dealing with what we got, okay? Okay. So we got our coffee. Today we use cinnamon vanilla, sugar-free syrup. And we put half and half in our coffee. Nothing too fancy. It's just black coffee. I do add mushroom powder to my coffee. The mushroom powder I have right now is lion's mane, and they say it's good for you, so I'm trying. Let's see how it goes. Also, I use Vital Proteins. I use the unflavored one. This is the collagen peptide advanced with hyaluronic and vitamin C in it, and I had to buy a little scoop because let me tell y'all something. Vital Proteins, I'm about to write a letter. They don't have no scoop that comes with it, and that would just make it a perfect product if you would just have a scoop that comes with it that lets you measure out the correct 3 tablespoons per serving. I don't know what that's about, but I had to buy a scoop, literally buy a scoop on its own from Amazon. I would have used a scoop from something else, but I don't have nothing that uses scoops. Actually, I can't think of nothing that I have that uses scoops. You know how people buy like the powder lemonade or powder iced tea and stuff? I don't got that, so I didn't have anything that had scoop. I had to get one from Amazon. It worked out, but I had to yup. Body da body da body. Oh, yeah. We don't have the best lighting in here, of course. It's the kitchen and you're in the cabinet. Oh, I wanted to show y'all this because I just started doing this and I was talking to one of my friends and she does this. I wanted to try it. So in here is cloves and black cumin, which is usually made into black seed oil. Much or nothing. It just tastes like a little bit of clove. And ginger turmeric. Try to have this without nothing on our stomach too. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, and the coffee that I drink, don't ever play with her. Don't ever play with her. Cafe Bustelo, which really ain't coffee like how it ain't, you know how Folgers is supposedly coffee? This is espresso. I'm not supposed to be having this big old cup of this. It's supposed to be a shot. It did the rest is, listen, you think about me? I'm gonna drink Cafe Bustelo espresso like it's regular coffee. Hello? So that's how we starting this morning off. A little bit feel like there's a lot going on for me in my mind, whatever is in my mind, but we are going to sit on the floor and take a breather. We're going to sit on the floor. We're going to open up a virtual service. I love the virtual service that I watch. The name of the church is New Home Family Worship Church. The pastors are Bishop R.C. Blakes and Bishop S.R. Blakes. I really love them. They're based in New Orleans. I think they have services in other places too, but I really, really love them. I found R.C. Blake on YouTube, and he does basically, he like does these great father-daughter talks and shares them with women, and just from a biblical standpoint, just how to build you up as a woman. And obviously that falls into dating and creating family and being a mom, being a sister, being a daughter, all of those things. And he really has a great grasp, a real, like I said, God-centered grasp. And what pulled me to him is that a lot of the lessons that he talks about, for one, I read for myself in the Word, and for two, I grew up with my father, and he's really like put a lot of those lessons in me just by being present and being a father. And there's a lot of women in this world who don't have that present father, whether he's in the home and he doesn't have these lessons to give because he's not that type of guy, or he's out the home and she never knew him, or a combination of both, or whatever it is. So I really gravitated towards R.C. Blake's because I felt that there's a lot of genuine, honest truth that he's teaching. And how I know? Because my daddy said that too. Then I know you doing the right things. Let's sit down and sit on our prayer mat. My dad comes to my house at least weekly, and so my dad is Muslim. He prays 5 times a day, and he has a prayer mat. And when I do my devotional time, or either watching service or anything like that, I sit on the prayer mat, and that's where I do that. So let's go sit on our prayer mat and listen to service.
This day that God has given me, I'm not gonna waste this joy deep down inside me. I'm not gonna shake. Been stressed for so long, so stuck in my own way. So I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has made. Nothing to say, nothing to talk down. Oh, it's what's tomorrow way, live right now.
Right now they're doing communion, so they doing communion. Like I said, I'm gonna get myself situated and comfortable. Oh, sitting on the floor. I feel so sore and stiff, man. Just in general. I know that has a little bit to do with age, but also doing these workouts and trying to stay on top of moving, you know, your body gets a little tired. So that's why I'm at with it. But I'm about to watch service. I feel like maybe it's probably best. I did think that I was going to get up earlier this morning and get my day started probably around 5 or 6, but last night was something that happens to me a lot. I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and couldn't get back to sleep. And when that happens to me, I've been listening to audiobook constantly. I usually choose between reopening the audiobook, putting a timer on it, giving myself like 30 minutes to try to fall back asleep, or turning on a YouTube video, and it either be a podcast, it'd be, I said, R.C. Blake's, he's talking, sermon. But last night I decided I did go on Instagram and check some of my messages. You know, when I go to sleep, my friends are still awake at night. Because I'll go to bed early. And so they'll be sending me memes and stuff. And then they'll know when I can't sleep. Because it'll be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I answer the meme back. And they're like, oh, you can't sleep? So I did do that a little bit. And then I turned on the audiobook. But the audiobook, I gave it 30 minutes. The audiobook turned off and I was still up. I said, oh my God. But I did do another 30 minutes after that. And then I fell asleep. It took me all in all like almost 2 hours to go back to bed. And then I wasn't waking up at 5. After that, it was like already 3 something when I went back to bed. So I wasn't waking up at 5. And that's how that happened. Y'all getting the real deal me. Because one thing about me, when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I sound like a 20-year-old man whose voice has changed. I don't know why. And not for nothing, my all day voice is a little deep too. So I guess that's just the way life happened for me. I don't know whose voice I got. I don't remember my mom's voice being deep. I don't remember it being high though, so it might be from her. My dad's voice ain't that deep either. When I think about people in my family, I'm trying to think. When I think about people in my family, I don't really think nobody got no deep voice for real. So I don't know where I got that from. But anyway, they're about to start worship. They got this one worship singer. You're not singing right now, so I don't know if she's gonna be there. But she be killing it. Okay? She be hitting the riffs and the runs. Okay, sweet little deedle deedle. Sweet little deedle deedle.
This day that God has given me, I'm not gonna waste this joy deep down inside me. I'm not gonna shake. Been stressed for so long, so stuck in my own way. So I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has made.
Service was pretty good. He talked about condemnation versus God's conviction, and it was pretty straightforward. We are not to be judging others. We are not to be condemning others. We are to speak under the guise of the gospel and sharing the good news that despite the things that a person might be in, there's always salvation for them if they so choose. And that's what we supposed to share. So that was a good message. That was a good reminder. Yeah. So now it's about 10 o'clock. It's a little after 10:05. I have a friend doing a live at 10:30. So from now until 10:30, just going to gather my thoughts really, because the day is so gloomy, and on gloomy, rainy days, I just deal with a lot of fatigue. And I think that's not that's a normal thing. I think that's a normal thing. So I'm still feeling like, what's happening right now? Where are we? So once I'm gonna gather myself though. I have my stuff on to work out. At 11 o'clock, I have tutoring. Oh, sorry y'all. I try to wake myself up. I forgot I have the tracker on. My bad. At 11 o'clock, I have tutoring for 2 hours. So I don't want to overdo like wearing myself out, and like not wearing myself out, but mentally I'm easy to fatigue mentally, and I'm very aware of that. And it's not because it's not even that I'm easy to fatigue. I just have so many things that take my mental and emotional attention, that those things will tire me out quicker. They're more intense, I should say. When I have the times that are like down times, I take them the best I can. I don't be like talking on the phone. I don't be like just scrolling aimlessly. I don't really be doing all of that stuff because I have to be mindful of the capacity that I'm in, that I have. And it ain't much capacity some days. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna be quiet for a little bit. I can't lie to you. I'm not meditating or nothing. I'm just gonna be doing what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna try my best to turn on my friends live around 10:30, get on there for a bit, show as much support as I can, and then get myself ready for that 2-hour tutoring session. I got some specific questions. I worked on some schoolwork I got this week, so I got specific questions to ask. So hopefully that makes it less mentally taxing as well, because last week it was more about like, I don't know what I'm doing at all, so please teach me, reteach me whatever the teacher was trying to teach. And it was cool until I got to the last 20 minutes, and then my brain started feeling like this is too much. Today we meet for the V.A.S.T community book club today at 3:30. We're gonna have to decide on another book, and I think the decisions should be between The Second Mountain, How People Move from Prison of Self to the Joy of Commitment, and The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. To me, they both seem like they talk about letting go of our... I don't know what just happened, but it turned off. So to me, those books talk about letting go of the traps that we kind of set for ourselves mentally and emotionally, and like really not holding ourselves back and moving forward. So I think The Second Mountain is more about like second chances. It looks like, you know, we had the first part of your life where you feel like you didn't do the things that you wanted to, and here you are at whatever age you are, and you're like starting over, or you did something one way and then now you want to try something different, and it feels totally different or whatever it is, and it feels like starting over. This is your second, you know, you got your second mountain. That's my recommendations. We read 2 like kind of romance, like, you know, frou-frou books. So now I think it's time to get down to business. It's the second quarter of the year, and in the second quarter, all of the things that the first quarter didn't spring forth, we should be working towards in the second quarter. So we could be a little tired right now. Just like how I talked about, I get a little fatigued at the end of tutoring. We could get a little fatigued at the end of the first quarter, but we need a breath of fresh air every beginning of a new quarter. So I think that reading a self-help book like that will really get us to re-level up. I see a lot of the ladies doing really good on their content, because I met them all on TikTok for the most part. So a lot of ladies doing really good on their content. They dishing it out. They putting up good content, like content that means something to them. So that's good. But I also hope that on their private life, their daily habits, their lifestyle, the things that they wanted to change outside of social media and content and trying to build a business, that they're working on that as well. I think that for me, I know that I am in such a flow that nothing is going to come before my everyday habits. Nothing is going to come before me trying to build those up first. So if I'm not right on my personal life, within me, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I'm not going to be able to work on any of my other business things, because they all are predicated, any business, anything or whatever, they're all predicated on me really honing in on my personal habits, building my confidence, my understanding of self, my relationship with God, my relationship with myself, building that, my business, my content, and all of those things are predicated on me having that inner alignment. I'm hoping that for the other ladies too, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit at today's book club meet. Because anytime you talk to me, we're gonna have a deep conversation. I've come to the conclusion and understanding about myself that I'm not here for small talk, and I am funny. I got these jokes. I be getting these jokes off, and I'm gonna make you laugh. But we also gonna have the conversation is gonna go deep at one point, and when we are interacting with each other. It don't matter who you are, man, woman, child. It don't matter. We're gonna get deep. Okay, we're gonna talk about something that means something to you. I need to touch your heart. I need to feel that, for me, the seed that I want to leave for everybody in every conversation is peace, is healing. That's That's how God has me to share the gospel. I don't just know verses from the Bible or stories from the Bible. It's really having a personal interaction with somebody and going deep enough to hopefully build confidence within them, and also, reminding them that God loves them some kind of way. Either seeing them through how I share love, or seeing them for themselves in that very moment, reconnecting with them. That's my biggest thing. Every conversation, it's gonna have a little deep part. We might get back to the jokes. It might even be 5 minutes out of a 3 hour conversation. It's not gonna be 5 minutes. I lied. It's probably gonna be 1 hour out of 3 hour conversation, but still, we're gonna laugh and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna get deep, right? Okay, we're gonna get to the root. We're always gonna get to the root. Promise you. Okay, we're running out of time. We done talked. We're running out of time. It's past 10:15 now. So let me get up and make a new pot of coffee, because I'm going to have another cup of coffee while I'm doing tutoring. That's a fact. And for all of y'all who said don't drink a lot of coffee, you know, y'all ain't taking physics. So I'll talk to y'all after the semester. Okay.
You have weight going down, you have normal going this way, that's right. They're pulled, so you have the tension going this way, okay. No friction, good. With no triangle, like they're not on top of the picture. So it might make it easier for you to see if it's just like this. You do have this was correct, but are you saying that it's going up? Do you think that the box is going up the ramp or down the ramp? You can just...
Yeah, in my mind, in my very little bit of knowledge of police, I was assuming that the box was going this way. It was being pulled down.
Yeah, that's what I probably would have guessed too.
At one point. Because I don't know what I did right there. I don't know. I don't remember why. Right now, looking at it, I would have been like, what am I doing here? Because there's no numbers. MG, I wouldn't have put MG. I would have looked for a number. I don't know, but I think maybe it's just leaving my mind now.
Do you know why it's cosine? Okay, so I drew the free body diagram over here. Can you see this on the left?
Y'all, so we back. As you can tell, tutoring is no joke. It's not easy. Well, it's not that tutoring is hard. It's physics is hard. So getting tutored for physics for 2 hours, we only went over like 4 problems, and I feel a lot better about what I feel like I know, but also I feel like I get confidence when I'm working with the tutor versus on my own. For sure, I feel like I don't know how I was knowing the answers, but I was doing pretty well. I know my shortcomings are like how to set up, and this is like something super like niche to what I'm doing. So I'm only gonna talk about it for 2 seconds, because who else is taking physics with me, chat? Like, I know that I don't know how to set up the equations on certain things so that the rest of the problem gets messed up, because I don't know how to do that first part, or I don't feel confident in it, or I just miss it, or I just get overstimulated too fast with the question, because I have ADHD, and when I look at something, if it's too much information from the beginning, and this is in life too, I really thrive off things being simple and to the point. And I recognize that started, this is about to be a whole deep dive. Remember, I told y'all, if we're going to talk, something going to get deep, okay? So real quick, I recognize that when I saw in my life that I was confused about everything, just, in life, sometimes we just try to get some understanding and some clarity. And when we realize, like, I don't understand how anything works, I started to look for the most simple understanding of everything. And if it brought too much confusion, I literally would shut down and not let it take over and put me into chaos. Now, how that applies to my little homework, when you got word problems and there's so many different pieces everywhere, my brain is so used to seeing a lot of pieces at once as chaos that I can't even stop it from happening when my brain is like, we're not dealing with this. So as time passes, things in life, I am better equipped to say, all right, there's a lot going on, so let me take piece by piece. But when it comes to something that is so like right in my face, right in the moment, like a word problem like math, I'm not there yet where I could be like, all right, take your time, here you go. It just takes so much mental effort, and I just be so fatigued after answering one word problem if it has a lot of steps. So all of that to say, them things had a lot of steps on that last test, and I knew how to do them. I just shut down on the test. Like I just got flustered. I guess the way to put it is like I got flustered or I got overwhelmed when the test came. Baby. It was bad. So anyway, we went over it in tutoring. She's like, you know how to do this. You just have to, have your confidence and, take your time and know the steps. I think that's what it is. It's like you're practicing. I could tell you're practicing and, building your confidence. So that's a good thing. Now it's 1:22. We have from now until 3:30. All right. Today on the to-do list, what we have left is exercise. We have book club meeting. We have 2 labs to do. So we need to work on one. We need to give ourselves at least 2 hours today to work on one. Now, is it smart for me to do the 2 hours right now from 1:30 until 3:30? Yeah. I still have half of a mug of coffee. This is two cups worth of coffee. So at this point, I done had 3 coffees. Okay, so I still have half a mug of coffee. I had some cereal, and yeah, I think the smart thing for me to do right now, even though I don't feel like it, is to put on my headphones, turn on my little audible book, and work on my lab report and get that done and hand it in, and then I can work on the next lab report sometime this week, and get that handed in, so on and so forth, because we don't need it piling up on us. It already has, and we got some other stuff to do too for school, so we need to be able to make space and make room for that. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of going on. And I have been letting myself go and hang out with friends and do other things and stuff, but like sometimes you can't. You can't. You can't. Like I talked to a friend today, but for the rest of the day I'm unavailable. I ain't gonna lie. That book club meeting is gonna be short too. But I'm heading it, so I'm not gonna let it go past 45 minutes an hour. Yeah. So that's what a day in my life looked like. And also that's kind of why I haven't been vlogging in the past couple of weeks, because this is really what my weekend looks like. Yesterday I slept in until 9 a.m. Spent the rest of the day doing my schoolwork. When I looked up, it was almost after 5. And then I worked out. I did work out. I feel proud of myself. I worked out, did a good workout. Yeah, that's my goal today, to do my workout too. Like I said, I wanted to wake up super early and just get the workout in. And I feel like when I do those workouts, I'm better doing the little cardio early in the morning, but that's not on the docket for Saturday and Sunday anyway. My cardio for Saturday and Sunday is doing a 30-minute walk on a little incline on my treadmill, and then for Tuesday and Thursday it's actually doing the Run 5K app that I use. So, but today is legs and glutes, y'all. So I told you I lost 12 pounds. That's great. You know what happens when you lose weight? You start losing other things. And that's not what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna work on that. I ain't playing with it. I'm gonna be working on that. So I'm gonna be doing legs and glutes twice a week, and the other 2 days pretty much gonna be full body. I feel like that's been working out for me. Before I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts, and Sunday was yoga, sometimes Saturday, but it wasn't consistent. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes and Sunday was yoga or stretching. We had to change it, because Monday, Wednesday, Friday I do my lives on TikTok, and it was just becoming too much. I had to get up at 4:35. It was working for the first couple of weeks, but then the time change happened, and 4:30 became 5:30 in real life, but in my body I feel like I was still waking up early, and then it just was pushing me back for the whole day, because it was like you getting started. I was getting started a whole half an hour, 45 minutes later than usual, because my body was dragging, because we lost the hour. So I was like, instead of doing that to myself, where it was like 8:30 and I was like finishing the end of my workout, And then I had from then until 9 a.m. to start my live. And I just was feeling very tired by the time I got to the live, I was like, what are we talking about again? And I'm not doing lives where it's just like I'm just hanging out. I'm actually doing lives where I'm trying to share a message, like something I have to prepare for it and everything. So I said what I'm going to do is just change my workout days to Tuesday and Thursday on the days that I don't do lives. And then also on top of that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm on campus. So Monday I'm doing that, and then I still have to get online and do my work from my 9 to 5. And then I have to run and go to class, and it just felt like it was a day that was like it was starting to get crazy. It was getting too much. And it was right after the time change. Before that, I was fine. I was my Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I felt like sometimes I'll be done by 8 o'clock, like, or 7:45 working out, take my shower, get myself together, and it's like 8 something. I'm like, should I just go on live early? Like, I felt like I had so much extra time, but once I lost that hour, it was like, it's 8 o'clock already. What do I do now? So yeah, I don't know how we got there, but basically we're gonna do it's 1:30 now. All right, I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna do our lab, and then we're gonna do our book club. So y'all don't need to watch me do the lab, but we did do a little tutoring together, so hope y'all had fun.
Okay.
Okay, and then and so it kind of showed like what love looks like for people who are on the spectrum too, because what's homeboy name? Judah.
Oh,
yeah.
Josiah is the other one.
Yeah, Josiah, because I was about to call him Joshua. Put it together, Joshua. I don't know. Judah was definitely on the spectrum, but we don't need to look at people who's on the spectrum as like not people who deserve love or loving, caring, or whatever. So when they added that part into it, that was big to me because that's a big thing. And then Judah having his children that had even harder things to deal with, and finding love with a person who could handle like so much more than her own needs. Like I felt that for Judah too. Like I was happy. I feel like I connected to Judah's part of the story a lot because as a woman you reading a book and you thinking about how the woman is feeling, but I connected to Judah's part of the story a lot because it kind of looked like he was never gonna have anything for real. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like the kids. I felt that too. Story. Yeah, like the kids want to be under me, and that's fine, and it'll just be me and my boys, and then that's fine. But then he don't feel connected to people the same socially and emotionally, and then for him to find love in that way that was like intense enough for him and her, like I felt like that was cool. I liked the story. Yeah. All right, friends. So again, we back in the same seat, but we just finished our book club meet. It was a short one today. We are finished talking about our book, and the next book that we're gonna read is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I've been hearing so much about it. Heard it's really good. And so we're gonna read that and come back in 3 weeks and talk about it. We're gonna ask some questions about it. We're gonna really try to get the most out of what we're getting from that book. So I'm excited about that. And as for the rest of my day, honestly, Jesus, we're gonna work out. Oh man, keep the promises you make to yourself. No matter how hard they seem and they feel, keep the promises that you make to yourself. I'm going to get out of this sweater, get on the treadmill, walk for my 30 minutes on the incline, and then do my leg and glute exercise. And I'm going to do it joyfully. I might listen to my audiobook, or I might listen to some music, get me pumped up. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. The audiobook is really like, I have like 2.5 hours left on it. The audiobook is really like, sucking me in. Like I really be wanting to hear it, listen to it, and finish the story. So that probably might work. I'm not running, so I don't really need the music to amp me up. So let's get this stuff out the way and get moving on this workout.
Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, Spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind, hold her hand, and don't believe a lie. You understand me. Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer, greater is the one within, and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky, and have a wait upon the giver, he'll deliver like a dealer. To take her higher.
Yo, this book's so good. I'm in it. This book too good. We did our cardio. We just walked on the incline for 25 minutes, and then 5 minutes we cooled down. Now it's time to do legs and glutes. For all my gym girlies or my workout girlies, y'all know when the weight start coming off, it feels good, because you know, wherever you've been wanting it to come down, it kind of comes down in that area for real a little bit, and then you start feeling yourself. But then in the other areas, you have to remember to build muscle. So in the legs and glute area, when I was 12 pounds bigger, you know, I held weight there, and it didn't bother me, but I also held weight in my midsection, so that bothered me. And then, you know, arms and all of that. But now those, you know, the midsection is going down, but so's the legs and glutes, child. I don't know if the arms are down, but I know I have more, a lot more defined here, so it makes it look, I mean, I do feel like it looks bulky, but it don't look bad, you know, because it's a little bit more defined. So as the weight comes off, it'll just start being, you know, a workout body. Look like I've been working out. And that's what we going for. I'm trying to think hard how I'm going to go about doing this leg workout. I pretty much have workouts, like I have like this body transformation folder on my notes. And I've been having it for years, where I, you know, I worked out before the panorama happened. I made that happen for myself. Lost a lot of weight. You know, everything looked really good. But I had a whole regimen. You know, it was a little tough. It was a little tough to keep up. So let me see if I can find something else. Let's see what we could do. Let's see if we can get these legs and glutes to be the things we want them to be, huh? What do we think? I think I already told y'all before, doing lunges and stuff, it's not my forte. Oh, maybe I ain't tell y'all in the vlog. You know, I do short 5 a.m. routine vlogs. Y'all might see them in my shorts. You'll definitely see them on TikTok and IG. In the short vlogs, in the short joints, I told y'all I'm not really good at lunges. I be losing balance. My knees be hurting. All right, so what we gonna do? We're not gonna talk through this. You know, we're gonna work out together, but I'm not gonna talk through it. Okay, friend?
Higher, fly out the valley and the fire. Take her higher.
All right, I think I'm done with this workout. I did all I could with what I got, and that's the end of this vlog. That's what we did today, for real. I'm about to shower, regather myself, and hit the books again. We don't need to watch that. But let's see y'all. Remember to aspire big so that you can inspire bigger, and don't quit your daydream. That simply means there's something on your mind, heart, and spirit that God gave to you. He gave it to you to share with the world. So please do share with the world. If you're scared, that's okay. That's part of the process. You go after it, let people see you do it, fail forward, and then succeed, and others will follow suit. They'll be inspired, and that's what we all here to do, be a community. Most important part about it is don't quit, and that's it. So, later, y'all.
And I still pray, dear God, won't you send me a break? Cause I need to get away, yeah. Dear God, won't you send me